If you don't know how to implement AI and automation in your business, then this video is for you. So we have here a fictional dental clinic where I would go step by step of the process on how you to think about implementing AI and automation in your business. So first off, my name is Rodri. I'm an AI and automation engineer. I've been doing this for 1 to 2 years. I have 6 technical certifications in data and AI, and I have published paid products as well as free and as well as open source projects. So moving forward, we have the dental clinic build. And the fictional clinic is Northgate Family Dental, and they have 2 dentists, 11 staff, 2,700 active patients. And the problem is they've lost $267,000 to no-shows. And how I would think about understanding how you could implement AI and automation first is to understand your tech stack. So in this case, they already have Google Workspace, QuickBooks, website form, Google Business Profile, a practice management software which is Open Dental, and the purpose of it is to send SMS reminder to patients. So they could have a few more, or you could have a few more, and you don't know how to connect each and every single one of this. So what I would do is to first list all of them down first, understand what you already own, and then from there we could proceed with understanding what happens. So these are the problems that you're going to map out, your processes, recurring pain points, recurring flows. So in this case, we have phone, we have new patient intake, we have hygiene recall, reminders plus no-shows, and this is the one that we're going to be talking about. And then insurance verification as well as review requests and marketing. So as you can see, these are recurring flows, these are recurring work that the team does. So you already have your stack, which are these. You understand what you already own. You understand your softwares. And then you also understand your processes better than anyone. So after mapping each and every single one of them and you know what to do, we then move forward with answering these questions like how often does it happen? How long does it take? What breaks when it fails? And then who owns it? And then after that, we score them because you don't exactly want to automate everything. So you don't want to apply AI to each and every single thing that you're working on. A good example of that is insurance verification. So more of this as we go through, but how to decide what to build. We have 4 scores as well as 2 gates. So these 7 flows, each is scored 1 to 5. So the 7 flows that we have tackled, which are these ones. So these are scored. Okay, you're going to be able to see them a bit later on. So they're scored by frequency, time cost, error cost, as well as feasibility. Now you could have a different kind of scorecard, but this is just the general kind of thing that I operate on. So if feasibility is below 3, not yet, do it down the line. So in this case, it's insurance verification. And if it's no, and error causes 5, and then you have no safe fallback, then yes, because you have no safe fallback. And for example on this is phone. Then since that's the case, we have now crossed out 2, which is insurance verification as well as phone. And we now have 5 flows to build. So give a bit more further description on how to use this is you score all 7 flows or the flows that you utilize or the flows your recurring work, then 1 to 5 on all 4. So gate 1, then gate 2, then rank survivors, and then build the top one. And so this is the example, which is insurance verification. So frequency 5, time cost 5, error cost 5, visibility is 2. And we have our reason here because, well, for frequency, every patient, every visit, time cost 10 to 15 minutes each or more. Then error cost, why is it 5? Because a mistake becomes a dispute. So feasibility is 2 because we have fair portals, we have a few more, and potentially there's no API for those. And then moving forward, we have now the scorecard. So these are our 7 flows. And as you can see, we have insurance verification and phone down the line. So here it is. So for reminders and no-shows, we have 5, 4, 3, 5. So we'll build it first. Hygiene recall 5, 2, 2, 4. Build next, and then so we have your marketing, which is the lowest error cost on the board. So this is also one of the things that we have to build. And then we have now what gets built. So 2 of 7 flows gets an answer that is not automated for good reasons. Because if you automated insurance verification, any something went wrong, you're going to encounter much more problems. And this is also what I've been talking about with the people that I work with the clients that I work with, as well as what I say in my content is not everything has to be automated. Not everything has to be slapped with AI. So we have to understand what to automate first and what to not automate and what to buy. So we plan everything, we understand our tech stack, we understand our flows, our recurring pain points, and then from there, we map everything, we do the scorecard, and then and based from this, we prioritize which is the one thing that we have to build first. So say in this case, we're going to build first the reminders plus no-shows. Moving forward, we have here stack. So this is also important because this is a dental clinic, so it handles patient data, and that's very sensitive. And we cannot just exactly push data on third-party AI models without considering proper regulations, compliance, and so on and so forth. But in this case, we have our practice management software, then we have orchestration. So this is the one that we're going to be building. And say, for instance, we're going to use N8N, Make, or Zapier, or any kind of automation platform, because this is where the logic lives. And inside that platform, we're going to be utilizing AI providers, GPT, OpenAI, or Claude. Now, what we have here is what we have to check. Where does the data physically go? Does the AI provider train on what we send? Can we send less, an ID instead of a name? So this is data pre-processing. Then how long is it kept? Can we switch that off? Who can see it once the thing is running? Which of these could we self-host instead? So there's a lot of things to consider, especially if you're handling sensitive data. Now, if you're just working with general generation kind of things, then it's all fine. But if you're working with sensitive data, then you first have to check the orchestration flow, the AI provider, and then check over the regulations and also the country if they have specific regulations on AI. So we have to do thorough research on that one. And then from there, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be proceeding with building now. And in this case, we're going to be working on the no-shows. So this is going to be on N8N. So this is an example flow. So you could imagine this as the flow in itself. We're just going to be replacing it by nodes. So we have here an appointment book. So this is going to be a webhook where after an appointment has been booked, what would happen is there would be a reminder node here where they're reminded 7 days prior to the appointment. After that, 48 hours before the appointment, and then 4 hours before the appointment. And if a patient replies and they confirm, okay, good. But if they canceled, you could then have another flow here, which a slot offered to the waitlist. And then if there's no reply, you could send it over to be flagged for a human review. Like say, for instance, if the patient hasn't replied, you could send over a message, say over email or to WhatsApp or to a Slack, Telegram, or Discord saying, hey, staff number 1, client number 5 hasn't replied, so if you could check it out. So as you can see, it's a recurring system that just runs on its own. So I didn't want to dive too much deeper on all of the flows because each and every bit of them is just going to be the same. But we're just going to be creating process flows after that, which is the handoff, because I'm not going to be with you forever. So I'm going to be providing you error handling, production deploy, access and logins, diagrams, flows and documentations, Loom walkthroughs, as well as SOPs. And the stop switch, as it says, it's a way for you to stop the workflows. How do we know it worked? So we have, of course, the baseline, then we measure it, then we review. And then so very, very simple. And these are the references where I got it from. And that's about it for this video. So it's very initial, as if we're going to be working together, there's a few more that we have to talk about, more processes, more diagrams, more flows, documentations. We have to really flesh out everything, choosing tech stacks, or platforms, API providers, and so on and so forth. But overall, you could see the bare bones structure of how I work, and also how you'd be able to understand what to automate and what to not automate, and how to integrate AI and automation in your business, which is, for one, you understand your tech stack. Two, you map out your recurring flows, and then from there you have your scorecard, and then you find what's going to be built first and what to not build and what to be built down the line, and then you proceed with building it out. And if you want this built, email me at rodrisimple.com. And these are also my socials, my website, resume, LinkedIn, GitHub, YouTube, Instagram, product hunt, as well as Hugging Face. I hope you learned something from this video, and I'll see you in the next ones. Ciao.